Hey guys, what's up? In the following videos, we will talk about interior light simulations using Enscape, and you will notice that the lighting process is very similar to the exterior one. However, there are a couple of tricks that I would like to show you that can enhance the interior lighting final render. So I'm here with a bedroom that is located in a project of a loft that was actually simplified, so we don't have any furniture, and we also have a section cutting here our loft. And just as we did in the exterior simulations, the first step to create a nice lighting is to position the sun. So I'm gonna choose here an angle just to make some initial tests, and we can now start Enscape. So I'll click here. And actually, before setting the sun, we can once more click in the visual settings and choose the style white so that we have the material override effect once again. And now we can perceive much better the effect of the light. And if we start playing around with the time and the date sliders, we will reach different effects. So for example, if I drag the slider here to the left, the sun starts to penetrate the scene. So we can have a morning simulation, and you can notice that the sun starts to change its color. It gets warmer and starts to become more yellow or even red. And if we go the opposite way, it gets colder. So here, close to the noon time, it is very white. So basically, when we start to change the parameters of the time and the date, we can really achieve some very interesting results with the shadows here being cast. And we can see that the colors in the whole scene, they can get very interesting. And once again, we can, of course, change the sun's position by using the sliders of the shadows tab here in the default tray, but we can also use the view management, especially if you are using the latest Enscape version. We can create a view, and here inside the view we can change the sun's positioning using these two parameters, which are actually very easy to use, and we have more control than working with the sliders. I will cancel here because I'm just testing out. And we can also try the hotkeys. So we can use the I to change the time of the day and the U to go back. We can also use the Shift I to change the position of the sun, and the Shift U to go the opposite way. And even the Ctrl U and the Ctrl I to rotate the sun. But I normally suggest to avoid the hotkeys because they are not properly saved in the scenes. So basically, if you want to organize the file as we've seen before, the best way would be to work with the view management and always be careful to save the changes that you are making. And just like in exterior scenes, after we position the sun and produce this nice lighting effect, we can of course open the visual settings, and once again we can play around with the settings here that will have an important role for the final result. So we can play with the exposure once again to make the image brighter or darker. We can explore the image tab to add more contrast. We can change the saturation, the color temperature, the vignette, the bloom. So this final stage of edition is also very important. And of course, we can go back to the main tab and choose the None style so that we can see how our final image will be, and we can continue with our edition, checking now the changes in the final result. So as you can notice, we actually reached an interesting image, making just a few adjustments here. And in the next videos, I will show some specific times of the day that we can simulate, and I will also teach some tricks that I normally use to produce a better clarity effect, because one of the main issues that we normally see in interior scenes is the lack of a brightness entering the scene through the windows. So there are a couple of ways to simulate this effect, and we can try them out in the next simulations that we are going to do. And keep in mind that we are still using the procedural lighting method here in Enscape, Enscape, and in further chapters we will also learn how to use HDR. But for now we are using the most quick and easy way to set up light here.